Welcome to What I Knit. My name is Rachel. I am your host. It is Saturday, January 24th, 2015. This is episode 8. You can find all the show notes at whyiknitvidcast.blogspot.com. You can find me on Ravelry as Yarn Talk. There's also a Why I Knit group, and there will be a link in the show notes to that. You can also find me on Twitter and Instagram as Why I Knit. So, how's everyone doing today? I actually was not 100% sure I was going to be able to record because of the nor'easter that just hit this area overnight, and then I think tomorrow night there's going to be another nor'easter, but this one's going to be a little bit more of an issue for at least for this area. And then temperatures are going to get very cold. So I'm very glad that the natural lighting was just enough amount for me to be able to record this week's episode. And I apologize if there's any more, if you hear a parakeet chirping. That is my sister's bird who is chirping, so I apologize for that. He might be doing that throughout the episode. Hopefully not. But I can definitely hear it, and I think my mic is strong enough that it might be able to pick up a little bit, but I don't know. But still, enough of that. I'm going to start out with thanking everybody who has subscribed, joined the group on Rav. It's been an interesting week. Let's see. Wednesday we got snow, but it was like gone by the time I got left the house because like it had rained afterwards. Let's see. Tuesday was actually kind of fun, as well, even though that was before Wednesday. Unfortunately, Molly, who I've talked about a couple of times in this podcast, for those who haven't seen those episodes, she is my Cocker Spaniel. She went to the vet on Tuesday, because there was something wrong with her eye, but we knew what it was because she had had it before. It was cherry eye, and if you don't know what cherry eye is, Google it, because it's not gross, but it's a little bit gross what happens to it. But we found out that she is starting to form cataracts, which made me sad. I shouldn't be that sad because she is 9 years old, but we've had her since she was a puppy, and we seriously think that she might have added a couple of years to our old dog, Daisy, who passed away, believe it or not, on my parents' wedding anniversary. June 14th, this upcoming year, it'll be 6 years since she passed away. So, she knew Daisy basically her entire life. So, it's kind of sad to hear that she's forming cataracts. But thankfully, she's still her happy-go-lucky self. She's otherwise okay. And matter of fact, apparently when my mom and sister went to the vet with her, she did not want to get out of the car, which she never wants to do when she's at the vet. So that's just her being stubborn, though. But enough of that. I know why you guys are really here, so let's get on to this week's episode. But I just wanted to share that instead. I just fixed up my computer screen, so that's why it kind of moved, so sorry for that. That won't happen the rest of the episode. But I just wanted to make a little bit more room for my whips and spindle, which I will talk about in a little bit. So, off the needles. Nothing. I kind of had hoped to have me scarf off the needles this week, but it just didn't happen. But that's okay. I don't think she's really upset. And as a matter of fact, me is short for Miriam. M-I instead of M-E. This is the scarf. As you can see, I've made a lot of progress. Yeah, I'm too stupid to do intarsia, so I'm just doing, just carrying the white yarn on the back. And this is a little bit better, color, this week than it was last week. Last week it was, like, really blue. This week it's not as blue, but this is the Red Heart Soft Turquoise and white. Yeah, I'm doing 3 cables. I'm doing 2 in white, which I'm not sure if you'll be able to see because of my angle. But you can definitely see the one in the turquoise one. It's gonna show up more as like a blue, probably, just because of the lighting. So it's not, unfortunately, it's not true to color, but yeah, that's one of the projects I've been working on. Actually, I've been working on that in the car lately, but I don't knit while the car is running, because I don't want to knit and then if we get into an accident, have the needle injure myself even more if I'm injured. So I only do it when the car is idle. But it's actually been going really well with knitting in the car. But I will talk about that in a minute because I have another project that I've been working on the car, but not as much as the scarf. Last week I think I showed you. No, I did not show you. I had said that I hadn't been working on my mom's bag because I was working on the scarf. Well, last week I decided to work on it again, and when I started to work on it, I realized I hate how it looked. So I ripped it out, and then I restarted this in the car. And so let me go ahead and grab it. Oops. Stitch fell out. Hold on a second. This will only take a minute. Because I just need to pop back on the needle. And then I gotta redo it. This stitch. But this is how it looks now. Again, this is not true to color because I think the lighting that my camera gives. Unfortunately. But this is out of Bernat Satin in the, I need to double check, in the soft red, colorway. I'm not sure if you'll be able to see that or not. But that is, what I'm doing, and then here is the rest of the skein, right here. You can see it. It is like a red, but this, it's, like, it might be looking like a little bit peachy to you. I'm not sure, but it is a bit of a red. It looks a little peachy to me as well. But this is just the, flap. I haven't really been working on this, as much, because I want to finish the scarf. There's a buttonhole right here. And I think I'm gonna bind this off, and then just like sew the flap on when the bag is done. So that is hopefully going to be starting to work on again within the next 2 weeks maybe. Once I finish the scarf, I will be definitely picking that up again. And then I'll probably take a couple of days off from before I get back to knitting the squares. But while I'm taking a few days off, I will be working on that and probably spinning as well. And then the last thing that I'm going to show you what's on the needles is actually something that I am not working on in the car because of the complexity. Because also I don't want to stab myself in the eye with the DPNs. And so let me grab it. I hope none of the stitches fall out. And yes, okay. This is the practice sock. And let me just grab it. And now I'm holding it upside down. Let me fix that right now quickly. Sorry about the camera movement. But here it is. And I turned the heel on this. I'm not sure if you'll be able to see it. But the heel is not really that deep. But I turned the heel on this yesterday. And then I'm going to pick up the gusset either tomorrow or Monday, depending on the weather. I think I'm going to go out and do stuff tomorrow, so probably Monday I will have a chance, because I'm going to bring the scarf with me to knit in the car. So probably Monday I will work on the sock a little bit, and then that should be done within the next 2 weeks as well. It will be done after the scarf, because I'm going to be focusing more on the scarf in order to work on everything that I need to. And then I think once the practice sock is done, I will start working on real socks. And I have the needles and the yarn, which I showed you last week, to help me along. So once the scarf is done, as I said, I'm going to take a few days off, start working on the squares again. But while I'm taking those days off, I'm going to work on Mom's bag, and then, if, of course, the socks. And then I will start thinking about a project about me. I think I'm going to do a shawl. Which shawl, I'm not 100% sure yet. And the spin zone. So, spinning. Let me just grab the box that's in. Push this back a minute. Okay, spinning. So, where are you, spindle? There you are. So, I really don't have a ton to show you. This is all I have for this week. This is the start of the second set of singles. I just haven't had time to spin as much as I wanted to. In order to do a bit more. So that's like the green portion of the fiber. And once again, it's the red mushroom forest from Jujua Bees fiber. And I have that also in my show notes. as well. But, yeah, again, not much. I'm hoping maybe even Monday. I might do that instead of the sock. It's just like spin as much as I can. That way, in order to make up what what time I kind of missed this week because of all the knitting I've been doing and stuff like that. I will say though that it's been so tempting because I've been going on Etsy a lot and just like looking at the fiber, and it's been so tempting to ignore my goal. For one of my goals for 2015 is to spin what I have first and then buy more. And it's so tempting to buy more fiber before I'm done what I'm spinning. But thankfully, so far, so good. I have not done that. And I'm hopefully going to finish that within the next month or so. The only exception to that rule will probably be for Tour de Fleece, but that's not until July. What I think I'll do is order that in May and then put it in a safe place where I don't see it until the 1st of July. And then get that fiber all prepared for Tour de Fleece, and then on the first day of the Tour de France, start spinning that. But that will probably be the only exception to the rule, but I'm not sure yet. But getting back to what I'm currently spinning, as I said, gonna try that, finish that by February because I want to possibly get fiber in either February or March. I haven't decided yet. And actually, this week when I was talking to my mom about it, my sister, I thought, had shown a little bit of interest, but I was wrong about that. I think she was just curious, more than anything. But that's Miriam for you at times. So, let's see, what else do I have on my show notes? Oh yeah, I had hoped to show you some crochet this week because something that I forgot to show you last week, and I will show you, I'm not going to show it to you now because I already put that box away, is I got a crochet hook set because I really needed crochet hooks because I have the tendency to lose my hooks. And usually I use the Susan Bates because I like the plastic ones, not the colored ones. These are the white plastic ones. They used to be, I think, about like a little bit less than $1. Now they're a little bit over $1. But I had gotten the sock yarn that I showed you last week at Michael's, and Michael's, at least in this area, does not carry Susan Bates, that much Susan Bates, I should say, because we have another craft store, that is, not as big as Michael's, called AC Moore. I think I've mentioned it a couple of times. But it's like Hobby Lobby, Michael's, Joann's. It's a big box store. They have a ton of Susan Bates. So I have some Boyd hooks that I bought. Not a huge fan of metal hooks. I prefer plastic hooks, as I said. But I can use them. We'll see how it goes about that. But I had hoped to show you some crochet this week. I did not get a chance. Hopefully next week. Even if I finish the scarf, I'm probably going to use the yarn for crochet. One way crochet, probably just granny squares for right now. But I'm not 1,000% sure what I'm going to do about that. Okay, so now we are on to what I really want to talk about this week, which is something I like to call a knitting planner. Now, I have a little bit of a story that goes along with this, so hang tight. Now, I'm sorry, I'm kind of messing with my hair a little bit. That won't happen again. Okay. I am a notorious on and off crocheter / knitter. And I decided on the 11th of this month, so it was a Monday, that if I'm going to be trying to stay regular about my knitting and crocheting, I need to do something to basically force me to knit and crochet like every day. Originally, my plan was to buy a planner that you can get at any office supply store, and then write down each day what I was going to do that day, and then check it off if I did it or put an X if I didn't. Well, I had realized that by the time I had thought of this idea, that it was already 11th, and the planner I was going to buy wasn't really worth it, because by the time it got here, it probably gone here by the 15th or 16th. Because I was going to order it from a company that a friend of mine had started, and the only way you can order it is online. So I decided against that. I'll probably just get the academic version of that, but that probably won't come out until May or June. But I have figured out something else to fill the way while I'm waiting for that planner. And even after I get the planner, I'll still do it this way. I decided to make a spreadsheet. You can do this on Excel, or if you have OpenOffice, they also have a spreadsheet program. I don't recommend doing it on, I think the Mac version is called Sheets, because it's a little bit tricky. But I did mine on, sorry about that, on Google Drive. You'll need a Gmail account to access it, but that's how I did mine. And how I set it up is I put the date on one column. The second column I put what I did that day. The third column is what I need to do, and then this is optional. If you want to, I put a pass or fail, and then if I did everything that I need to do that day, or most of the stuff, it doesn't have to be everything, I put pass. And if I did only one of let's say 3 things that I do, then I put fail. I have a video, it's already recorded, and it's currently a private video, but I'm going to probably make it public on Monday or Tuesday. I haven't decided. Probably Monday. I'll make it public. I'll put a link, not only in the show note, I'll make a new post on the show notes blog, but I will also put a link to the video in the episode 8 thread on the Ravelry group that you can look at the video and see. I've actually been working on my current one for almost 2 weeks, but I didn't want to talk about it last week because I was a little bit worried that I was going to, quote, unquote, break the chain of days that I knit and spin or crochet. But of course I didn't crochet. But I just wanted to get through all this week, and then if I was very successful, I was going to talk about it today, which I was. So that is the knitting planner that I will probably give updates to, not every episode, but maybe twice a month. So this probably will be the only update for January, but February I'll probably do an update, and then I'll probably do 2 updates. March, April, May, June, all the way to December. But my plan is that if I can be successful and do this for an entire month, I'm going to reward myself. How I'm going to reward myself, I am not 1,000% sure. You know what? I'm going to delete what I was going to talk about next, because that's a little bit... no, I'm not. I'll talk about it. It's kind of silly. That's the reason why. I'm looking for, movie-inspired yarn, if that makes any sense. I think there's, a lot of Harry Potter yarn out there. But with, a certain award show a little bit less than a month away, I was looking for, stuff that I might want to buy. I'm probably not going to buy it this year, but I'll probably buy it next year. But I found a little bit of Harry Potter. I found something related to a certain song that can get on some people's nerves. It's a very, very recent song from a movie that even almost, in November it'll be 2 years old. But a year and a half has passed since this movie has come out in theaters. But yeah, but I found those 2 things. I haven't found anything about, when I mean, movie inspired, I mean more contemporary movies. I know there's, I think a lot of, I think I've seen Alice in Wonderland, and I think that had to do with the new movie that came out a few years ago. But I'm looking for more, current movies. I mean, Harry Potter, that certain song, from that certain movie, I saw yarn, that was kind of inspired by that. But I think those were, the 2 that I really, saw. So, if you can find, movie-inspired yarn, post a link in the, group thread for, this episode. And then, finally today, I have one more thing on my, notes that I wanted to talk about. Right now, episodes are only available on YouTube. However, I'm thinking of putting episodes on a podcast host. So those who can't view YouTube videos like when they're on the road because it takes basically cellular data and if like there's no Wi-Fi available, that way you can just like download the videos when you're like on cellular or Wi-Fi, and then like turn that off so that you can just watch them on like just like as an iPad or iPod. I don't know about Android, how to get it like if they have like a podcast catcher like iTunes does. But if you think that is a good idea, bad idea, or you don't care, leave a comment on the down bar below on the episode vid post on the show notes or in the Ravelry group thread. Also, do you like writing? Do you like me writing the preview posts? Because I really like writing them, but I'm worried that it takes away from the surpriseness of the week's video. So if you like me doing those videos, or not videos, those posts, you can let me know in the thread as well, because I will be checking it time to time. I know also I said there's not going to be a cow until at least May. I'm still thinking that way. I might have a contest in not next episode, for episode 10, because it'll be my episode 10 extravaganza, because I feel like that's a big milestone for me, just from my past chances from podcasting and stuff like that. But that's not for here nor there. But I think that is it for today. I apologize for all the moving around. You heard the bird chirping again, but he's very quiet right now. The cough I had, my hair is a little bit of a mess today, more than usual. I apologize for all of that. And I will see you all next week. So happy knitting. Hope everyone has a safe week if you're in the Northeast, like myself. Stay safe this weekend. And I will talk to you all next week. Bye.